It's really hard to take pot shots these days at Adam Sandler. His company, Happy Madison, has had a less than stellar track record. The last good movie they gave us before Here Comes the Boom was Grandma's Boys. We both love Grandma's Boys. Here Comes the Boom is a Kevin James vehicle. It's a 2012 Kevin James vehicle about MMA. But the reason this movie works is because it's not just his usual jokes where they're self-depreciating humor. This movie is funny and actually has heart.
It does.
And the reason it has heart is because of its supporting cast. You've got Salma Hayek, you've got Bas Rutten, you've got Henry Winkler. You got a ton of people in this movie, actually. Henry Winkler is probably one of America's best kept secrets and treasures. You know him as the Fonz from Happy Days, but he really is a good actor. That's number one. Number two, he's got great comedic timing. But he's the heart of this movie.
He is. He gives it a very heartfelt, caring quality. It's really nice.
If you had to recount the plot, Kevin James plays a teacher in Boston, and he's kind of sleepwalking through life, which...
It's not even that. Like, he's kind of like a sleazeball, you know?
Yeah, he is kind of a dick.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, actually.
Like, he pretends to be friends with people to get them to do his work, bus duty. He's always late. He climbs through the window. He talks back to his boss. Not that his boss isn't an asshole, but...
We've all been there. Climbing in a window, being an ass. Never mind. The reality of it is that Here Comes the Boom is actually a much more inspirational movie than you think. Mm-hmm. Kevin James essentially finds out that Henry Winkler's character is having a baby, and his wife is 48 years old, and he's very old, as he tells Kevin James. And they're about to destroy Henry Winkler's tenure, and they're basically going to lay it.
They're cutting the music program, and they don't want to give him tenure.
But there is a moment in this movie. There's, the Japanese, again, the sensu, the sudden enlightenment. There is that epiphany moment in this movie where Kevin James hears the kids playing the music, and there's a lot of great quotes that Winkler spews off in this movie. That without music, there's nothing. He
talks about Nietzsche. He gives his kids quotes after they play. He really cares about his students, and I like that this movie it's about MMA, but it's also about art. It's about passion. Yeah,
and the other thing too is that what Kevin James finds in Winkler is a hero. He finds someone that's passionate about their life. He goes to Winkler's house and he realizes that he's using his own money to buy up beat up instruments off of eBay and fix them and give them to kids who can't afford them. And it's kind of a reality check for Kevin James' character. He's like, what am I doing with my life? I don't he doesn't have that passion, he doesn't have that soul, he doesn't have that heart. So when it comes time for the school board to get rid of Henry Winkler, and he's got a baby on the way, Kevin James decides to stand up and say, I'll raise the money. So he meets Bas Rutten, and if you don't know who Bas Rutten is, it's time that you probably Google Bas Rutten. Bas Rutten is one of the best, if not the best, bare-knuckle fighters in the world. You might have seen Bloodsport. Well, then you pretty much know the story of Bas Rutten. Just replace it with a guy, from Belgium to a guy from Holland. Bas Rutten is known for his comedy. He actually has been put on the Presidential Academy for Fitness for Children. Bas Rutten is a very charitable man, but he also has great comedic timing, and he works really well in this movie.
Funny.
Yeah, for a guy who pretty much is one of the greatest fighters in the world pre-UFC, he's very funny. He's got great comedic timing. His facial expressions, his movements, he's got it. There is an it factor to Bas Rutten. Kevin James, prior to this movie, it was funny, whenever we would watch UFC fights, we would always see Kevin James would be ringside. And we're like, that's the perks of being a star. So Kevin James was able to take something, use the UFC. Joe Rogan's in this movie, Mike Goldberg's in this movie. There's just like a litany of trainers, everybody from Stitch to everybody in the UFC universe in 2012 is in this movie. What he does is he basically goes on this journey. And the thing is that's why this movie blindsides me. Because you're thinking, oh, it's a Happy Madison movie, Sandler produced it, and it's going to be, jerky, and it's going to be, oh, look at the fat guy. But it's not like that at all. It turns into this movie that is like a really feel-good movie, and you get invested. And I'll be damned watching it again last night if I wasn't almost driven to tears by the end of this movie. I was like, this is a really good movie. So that's what I'm placing Here Comes the Boom in. It's one of those movies that you say, it's going to be stupid. It's going to be a self-depreciating fat joke. Whereas, like we've been talking about this, the parallels between Kevin James' career and Melissa McCarthy. Where we were watching Spy and we shut it off.
After 10 minutes, the whole movie was a fat joke. And it makes me really sad because she's actually funny.
She is. She's very funny.
Yeah.
And I think in other films, Kevin James might have done that with the Paul Blart films, most certainly.
Yeah.
Where self-depreciating humor, it's a goofy character. And I believe there is a time and place for those type of films. But I think with this movie, this really, I'm going to say it, this is Kevin James' masterpiece to date. This is the best film he's made, at least starred in. I can't speak for Pixels. I haven't seen it yet. I'm afraid. I'm definitely afraid of it.
What about Grown Ups?
Oh my God.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention it.
Let's not.
Put it out there.
Well, yeah, guess what? We're getting a Grown Ups 3 this coming
3?
summer. Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's not going to help anyone. I mean, they keep making money, all right? If you keep going to see them, they will keep making them. There's going to be Grown Ups 4, 5, and 6 in 3D quite shortly if you keep to go see them. So, I digress. I'm sorry. This is a good movie. I know you probably didn't expect this from Blu-ray on a budget, but guess what? We enjoyed this movie.
I don't know why no one talks about it. It upsets me that no one talks about it because, again, it has a lot of heart.
It does. It's a good movie. Go see it. What are you doing? Oh, by the way, I got this for next to nothing. You see, the thing is, comedy is like a level above porn and horror, so you can pretty much get it for nothing. I think I got this for like $5 at 7-Eleven. New! Brand new! In the case! $5. Can you really go wrong? Came with a UV code. Gave it to Johnny. So, in closing, no, the point of this was to tell you that people will make fun of movies, and you're entitled to like what you want to like. People are going to say to you, like, hey, stupid movie, but you know what? Sometimes, believe me, I'm a huge MMA fan, I love martial arts, and I thought this was going to be stupid. But you know what? I gave it a chance, and I love this movie. It's actually a really adorable movie that you can watch with the entire family. It's fairly clean. It's rated PG.
It's PG, yeah. It's very clean.
I would actually recommend this because it has a lot of invaluable lessons, but the most important lesson is to believe in yourself.
Yeah.
And that's what you got to do.
Well, any closing thoughts?
No, not really. It's kind of one of those things. It's like, I want you, the viewer, to go see Here Comes the Boom. And also, I'd like you to click like and subscribe because we need it desperately. Jesus Christ. I mean, I'm reviewing Here Comes the Boom. Oh, also, what are your favorite guilty pleasure movies? Are there movies that you enjoy that people slept on? What are movies that people thought were stupid but you love? Tell us in the comments below. There's got to be some guilty pleasure out there that you love and the world hated. And if it's Grown Ups,